Hey everybody, Silver Fiend back again, and today I've got a brand new product I want to show to you. This is Fisher's brand new F-Pulse pinpointer. It's got some pretty cool features, so let's go take it out of the box and see what it's about. There's your holster and the pinpointer. And your handy dandy instruction booklet that is always good to read first. So let's take a minute and read through this thing.
20 minutes later.
Okay, now one thing you'll notice, so this is waterproof to 10 feet. But when you inside the package is this nice little note. Says the waterproof depth is printed incorrectly. The correct waterproof depth rating is 6 feet, not 10 feet. And the user's manual also says 6 feet in there, so ignore what it says on the box. Waterproof to 6 feet. Okay, first off, everybody always wants to know about the specs of any new gear that they get. So these are the specifications. This is a pulse induction unit. It operates at 2,500 pulses per second with a 15 microsecond sample delay. For anybody who does a lot of pulse induction beach hunting, you'll understand that. It has both vibrating and audio responses, and you get to choose through those. It has 3 sensitivity levels, 20 levels of LED brightness, 6 feet of waterproofness, and battery life, which is the one thing everybody always wants to know about. If you're running alkaline batteries like I just put in, you should get a solid 25 hours of use out of this. If you're running lithium rechargeables, you should be able to get 50 hours out of that. So that's some pretty impressive runtime. Alright, I've brought out my old comparison board that I did from my last pinpointer shootout video. I figured we'd go ahead and add the Fisher onto this. So I've got the same setup. We'll make some markings for detection depths, and then we will measure and see how far it works. And then I want to take it out to some dirt, and because this is a pulse induction, so it should not be affected by mineralization in the soil. And I want to compare it up against the Garrett Carrot and see how that works. But for now, we are in the highest sensitivity mode, so let's see. Okay, one thing I'm going to show you right now is this is the lost probe alarm. If this sets for 5 minutes without touching a button, it stops detecting. Let me show you that. Nothing, no response whatsoever. But it gives you an audible alarm, and it flashes the light, and this will go on for 10 minutes. After a total of 15 minutes of being on without touching the button, then it will automatically power off. Let's turn this bad boy off. Look at that. Look at the difference on this. It's the Garrett Carrot. Was the former champion with 2.5 inches of max depth. That's basically an air test depth. Profind and Profind 35 and 25 are both 2 inches. The Garrett Profind, the original, was 1.5 inches. Look at that. The F pulse, that is an amazing 3.5 inches of detection depth. Look at the size of that field. Now I know some people are probably out there going, well, that's too much detection depth. Okay, well, just remember, if you're having trouble locating the target in the hole because the field is so strong, just hit that button and detune it a little bit. That lets you get in closer. If you have multiple items in the hole, say you have a nail in the side and the coin in the bottom, detune it a couple times till you can separate those two targets out. Wow, look at that. That is some seriously impressive depth. Another cool thing is you have a depth gauge on both sides of this. One side is in centimeters, the other side is in inches. Alright, let's take this bad boy out and let's dig some dirt and see how it detects the dirt. Real world. Alright, so here we got the pinpointers I'm going to try out head to head. The MindLab Profine 35, their brand new one. Of course, the F-Pulse, and the trusty Garrett Carrot. Now, our target today, as in all my tests, is a regular quarter. And I've already got some slots made here in the dirt, 1, 2, and 3 inches. So we're going to start out at the 1 inch mark. And let's give them a whirl. First up is the carrot. No problem whatsoever. Profined. No problem for the Profined. And no problem for the F-Pulse. Now let's move down to 2 inches. Carrot still picks it up. No, MindLab's not seeing it. Let's make sure. Okay, we're at max power here. Nope, at 2 inches it is not seeing it through my dirt. Okay, MindLab's out of the running. And F-Pulse again. No problem for the F-Pulse. Alright, let's move down to 3 inches. See how the carrot does. Nope, the carrot is not picking it up. We've got to get almost back to that 2 inches to see that through my soil. Okay, the F-Pulse, it's picking up a little bit of a signal just from the soil by itself, so we're going to detune that. Alright, it's no longer picking up my soil. Two inches. 3 inches. Nope, at 3 inches, it's not picking it up. Almost. Move that just a little bit closer. Maybe 1/4 of an inch. So since we went down just a little bit, 3 1/4 inches in the soil, just a hair less than our air test depth. And of course we had to detune it a little bit for the soil because it was picking it up. But that's better than any of the competition I've tested so far.
All right, so there you have it. This is a real eye-opening test for me. The Fisher F-Pulse pinpointer looks like it's a really impressive piece of equipment. If you're looking for one, or if you're looking for a replacement, I highly recommend picking one up and checking it out. I think this is going to be my new go-to pinpointer, so you'll probably be looking for it in some of my future hunts. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. As always, good luck. Happy hunting.